everybody, welcome back to the wheelhouse, and we are on the move once again. We've just left Cambridge. It's a little bit foggy, as you saw from the intro, and we're waiting for the engines to warm up. It was an easy departure. It's nice, calm and flat, but when there's no wind, there is, what is there? Fog. Yeah. Commodore Karen's here with me too. There she is. Say hello to everybody.
Hello.
There we go. And yeah, we're just getting underway. Tank's right there. He's on watch too, making sure we don't run into anything. He spotted that big wreck that's out there. It's got a big danger sign on it.
It's warming up.
It's finally starting to warm up. We got a little chilly earlier, but it is starting to warm up, although the water temperatures are cool. So yeah, it's going to be a long day today. We got to run, basically we got 73 nautical miles left on our run today. Right now we're running a little bit slow because I got to let the engines warm up, but once the engines warm up, we'll power it up to our cruising RPMs and make our way towards the Sassafras River. So on our way heading towards the Sassafras River, we are going to pass by Kent Island, which is where we purchased Tropical Horizons, and we're also going to pass Annapolis and Baltimore along the way. So big day on the bay for us, a lot of ground to cover. We're going to be cruising through some of the more open areas of the bay. Once we get past the Narrows, then it opens back up again. And the Narrows, by the way, is where Kent Island is. It forms a little narrow constriction on the bay right there. And then past that, the bay opens back up again and brings you up to Baltimore. So Annapolis is just around the Narrows. Anyways, that's the plan. Hopefully it all goes well.
Gotta mention, we tried the Smith Island.
Oh, tried the Smith Island fudge
Last night. Had a small piece, and wow, it's probably the best fudge I've ever had.
Well, there you go. So it was worth every penny.
Definitely.
Well, there you go. And yeah, and it's already pre-cut for you. You don't have to cut it or anything. It's just in little bite-sized portions, all ready to go. So how cool is that? And a nice tin. Yeah, a little gift box tin that they sell it in. I think it was worth. I think it's worth the what they're asking for. I don't think it's outrageous. But anyways, yes, very tasty treat. All you need is one piece. You don't need 5 or 6 pieces. I mean, you could probably eat 5 or no, you'd get sick. But it's really good. It's very, very, very tasty. Next time maybe we'll try the peanut butter fudge.
Yeah.
Or we'll buy a tin of each. 1 tin of chocolate, 1 tin of peanut butter. We'll cut the pieces in half, smush them together, and have a recessed peanut butter fudge cup. All right, that's it for now. From the wheelhouse out. Hey everybody, welcome back to the wheelhouse. Captain Eric here, and well, we're still in the fog. But it's okay, we're moving along. I'm keeping a watchful eye out, watching for crab traps and whatnot. We got the radar tuned in and keeping an eye out for any other vessels. We got the foghorn that's on, doing everything that we're doing to be seen, be heard, and be safe on the waters. So I often run across other recreational boaters, and they have their boats that are equipped with radar, and they don't use it. They tell me they only turn their radar on when it's reduced visibility. Well, that's the absolute wrong thing to do. First of all, it's illegal. You're actually not complying with the collision regulations, which state that if you have a functional radar on your vessel, whenever you are underway, you need to run that radar. So that's number one. So you're running afoul of collision regulations. And number two is you're not getting the practice you need. You know, we run the radar all the time. Whenever the boat's moving, the radar is going, with the exception is when we come into a marina or a lock, or we come up to a bridge, then I'll throw the radar on standby. But we run the radar pretty much all the time, and what we do is we actually practice with the radar. We take a look at what we're seeing on the radar, the blips that we're seeing on the radar. You know, I'll give myself a challenge. I'll try to find crab pots with the radar. I'll do all sorts of things just to keep my skills up. And we compare notes between what we're seeing on the radar and what we're seeing on the chart plotters, and that's what keeps you sharp. That's what keeps you being able to actually use the radar when you really need to. It's, you know, the wrong time to figure out how to use your radar and to practice using your radar is when you really need it. That's the absolute wrong time to do it. At that point, you better know how to use your radar, and we do. The fog is pretty thick here. I'm saying I'm less than 1/8 of a mile out now in fog, and but I've run in thicker fog, again, just using the radar. And you know, I've run through the Erie Canal where I couldn't see the riverbanks on either side, and still managed to navigate my way down through the Erie Canal by using the radar and the chart plotters. So yeah, it's a useful tool. We use it all the time. And if you're contemplating traveling on a vessel, on a boat, and you don't have radar, I would suggest go through the expense and purchase it if you're doing any kind of long-range traveling. Otherwise, don't go on the waters in limited and restricted visibility, that's for sure. And number two is if you do have a radar, use it all the time. Practice. That's the only way you get better at it. Don't think that technology is going to save your butt. Just practice with the radar. And another thing is your fog signals. Don't be afraid to use them. They're there for a reason. They're there to alert other boats that you're coming along. And you know, if they don't see you, they'll be able to hear you and be able to take evasive action to move out of your way. So again, don't be afraid to use them. Use them. That's what they're there for. And that's also in compliance with collision regulations. So anyways, that's my little blurb for now. We're in nice thick fog, and we're still moving along nice and easy, and no issues to report at this point in time. Two other valuable pieces of equipment that I did not mention. Number one, these polarized yellow lenses really do allow you to see a little bit better through all this through the fog and through rain as well. They work really well for that. I use them for when I'm driving too, driving a car. So very useful, especially in heavy rain or in foggy conditions. And number two, right here, a good pair of binoculars. Two very valuable pieces of equipment that you should invest in. Well, I'm not going to tell you what to do. Anyways, that's our take on it from the wheelhouse out. Welcome back to the wheelhouse. Captain Eric here, and it is foggy. Very, very, very foggy. Very dense fog. Anyways, we're making our way through. We're just passing Kent Island, which we can't show you because you can't see it. We'll be passing Annapolis, which we can't show you because you can't see it. Anyways, there's not much to see. We're just following our track, following the radar, making sure AIS is up, and checking for other vessels, running the foghorn. Got our signal, got our fog lights, our nav lights on. Just moving along. Not running into too much. There's a couple of boats that came by a little bit earlier, but that's about it. There, have a look. There you go. Fog there. Foggy there. Foggy there. Foggy, foggy everywhere. Alright. From the wheelhouse out.
distance is the Sandy Point Shoal Light.
Hello again, everybody. Welcome back to the wheelhouse, and we are, well, it looks like we're out of the fog. Just a little bit hazy right now, but yeah, it's definitely looking like we're out of the fog for now, and oh, feels good to be out of the fog. We went past Annapolis underneath the Bay Bridge. That was kind of interesting. Basically, as we approached the bridge, a fog bank rolled in and the bridge just disappeared. And then we got closer, and then you could see the pillars and hear the fog signals. And yeah, so it was pretty interesting there for a little while. But everything's going okay. We're moving along. Got an arrival at the anchorage just shortly after 5 o'clock, so a quarter after 5. We're taking well, it looks like we're hitting more of a neutral current now, so we're almost at our running speed. We're just under it. So we're taking a little bit of a hit still with the current. And hopefully the entrance into the Sassafras River will not be covered full of crab traps, but that's being optimistic. I'm sure we're going to run into them. Anyways, that's all I got to report for now. We're kicking along and things are running smooth. From the wheelhouse out. Hey everybody, welcome back to the wheelhouse. Captain Eric here, and we are still motoring up the bay. We're getting close to our final location. We're making our way through the northern end of the bay and towards the Sassafras River. Have an ETA of 5:15, so yes, the tide's messed with us a little bit, but that's okay. So we'll be there in just over an hour. It's been a long ride heading up here, so yeah, we're getting tired, but we're getting there. We're almost at the end. Sassafras River is a really nice anchorage, It might be a little bit of a challenge getting into it because of the crab pots, but it's nothing that we haven't dealt with before. Besides that, the bay's been exceedingly calm. Aside from the fog, it's been a really nice ride all the way up. Not a whole lot of traffic. I'll attribute the fog for that. And but besides that, it's just been a nice, calm, flat Chesapeake Bay. Not the same bay that we rode up in. So yeah, the 2-day wait was well worth it, and weather's still looking good for our jump tomorrow. So yeah, that's where we're at. All right, I'll check in a little bit later from the wheelhouse out. Hello everybody, and welcome back to the Wheelhouse. Captain Eric here, and we are at our anchorage on the Sassafras River. We're stopped here for tonight. The anchorage is Lloyd's Creek. We enjoy the Sassafras River. We normally stay at Knights Island, which is further down the river and offers you a lot of protection in all directions from any kind of wind that can be coming down. Winds are forecast to be light tonight, so we decided to anchor here, which is closer to the mouth of the Sassafras and closer to our way into the C&D Canal. It's an easy in and out for us, so we'll be able to take off at first thing in the morning. Probably amidst the darkness, we'll be able to take off and start making our trip across the C&D Canal. So from the Chesapeake Bay to the Delaware Bay, and then down the Delaware Bay around Cape May and all the way up the Jersey Shore into New York Harbor, and from there we'll go up the Hudson and stay up at a small anchorage up the Hudson called Haverstraw Bay. It's actually a pretty big anchorage, but we'll stay over in Haverstraw Bay and then make our way up to Kingston from there, and we'll stop our travels for a little bit at Shady Harbor. Anyways, so that's the plan, and let me show you the anchorage here in Lloyd's Creek. So I'll turn the camera around and show you guys what this is all about. Okay, here we go. This is the entrance to Lloyd's Creek right there. It's quite shallow. You can take a bass boat up there and, you know, a small runabout or whatever, but definitely not Tropical Horizon. She's not going up there. And around here you can see some beautiful red clay cliffs. And we'll start turning around. There's a nice beach there. Sandy beach. And this is the mouth of the sassafras. There's the cliffs on the north side of the sassafras. We are on the south side of the sassafras. And this is looking down the Sassafras River. Fish are jumping. And then there's Commodore Karen and Tank. In case you're wondering, Commodore Karen doesn't have a mic, and neither do I, because batteries ran out in the mic, and I broke one of the mics. So this has been the third take. It's been, oh well. Well, it's just one of those things. Anyways, hopefully you can hear me all right, and this is it. This is where we're staying for tonight. We're going to plot our routes for tomorrow and have some dinner and go to bed early. All right, from the wheelhouse, out.